Hey everyone, welcome back to Brian's Massey's Main Entertainment. And we're continuing on with our little song exchange that we had going on here for the last couple weeks. I'm joined tonight by my buddies, the fearsome foursome that we have here. Doc from the north of the border, Randy holding up the Midwest portion of the United States for us. And then Rich, who's city of brotherly love area anyway. So it's close anyway. Philadelphia, bringing the Philadelphia love. I'm all the way up in northern Maine. Most of the population of Canada is south of me, so I can't say anything to Doc really all that much. So anyway, we're continuing with our series of song exchange and what the gist of that is, in case somebody hasn't watched any of our other videos, which I encourage you to do so after this one, is each one of us gave each of the other three people a song to listen to, so that each person has 3 songs to listen to in total. What we're going to do is that person's going to tell us which songs they were given by each individual. We'll take a moment to pause and vote on what we think that person might choose as the best song of the evening. And then that person's going to talk a little bit about the songs and then tell us what his overall choice was. So without further ado, I just want to remind everybody to like, sub, and comment down below. Tell us what you think of the song choices that we had, and maybe, participate a little bit and give us some songs to listen to. I think that would be kind of cool. But without further ado, we should get started. Randy, you're going to be kicking us off tonight because you went last time. You get to go first this time. So tell us what 3 songs were chosen.
Songs I got from Rich, I got the Intruders song Together. From Brian, I got Be Here Now by Rayla Montaigne, or King, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. And from Doc, I got Who Cares by Collective Soul.
There we go. That's the choices there. So, Rich, what do you think Randy's going to pick here?
This is tough because I know he has a soft spot for the 60s soul. The Ray LaMontagne song was kind of low energy. It didn't do a lot for me. I think his voice is kind of an acquired taste. So I'm not sure he'll go that route. I really like the Doc song. That would be the one I would pick, although it's a little too poppy for Randy's taste, I think. So I'm going to go back to the Intruders Together and just take a shot and say that's the one.
All right, you're going to stick with your pick.
I'm going to stick with it.
Okay. Doc, what do you think?
Rich kind of summed it up pretty good. It's pretty tough. Randy's he can go any way here. So This is, I think Rich gave him a song that's right in his wheelhouse, to be honest with you, in one sense. And I don't think I'd be able to do that unless he goes outside of his wheelhouse. And I think I gave him something on the Collective Soul side that has the vibe of a little petty love for him, maybe, and maybe a little ELO background that might resonate with Randy on one level. And the Be Here Now tune, I think I liked a little bit more than Rich liked that song. I thought that song was actually a little bit more catchy than I was expecting, and I kind of liked it myself. But Randy's such a tough one to figure out, man. I'm going to go outside. I'm going to stick with my tune, man.
Okay.
I'm going to say it goes with the Collective Soul. So.
I think I'm going to stick with my tune. So that way we all 3 are saying, "Hey, look, we're sticking with it."
One of us
I feel like that Ray song it's actually on a list of considered one of the best sounding albums of all in the last like 25 years. And I just think if you listen to that song with headphones, it just brings you to a different place. So I don't know, but we'll listen to what Randy has to say. So.
The Intruders song Together. Didn't know their big hit Cowboys to Girls, but I wasn't aware of this song, or I didn't really remember it. They had that Gamble and Huff Philadelphia soul sound. Of course, Gamble and Huff did write it, and it was one of their early ones that they did. And this was the first chart success for the Intruders. It went to number 9 R&B and 48 Hot 100. I didn't remember it. It's a wonderful romantic ballad about overcoming life's hardships and coming out on top together with one. That was for that one. The Ray LaMontagne, I had told him that I have the album that it's on, but I haven't listened to this album yet, and I still haven't listened to it except for the song that you gave me. Didn't want it to influence anything. So I knew his debut and the song Trouble that got quite a bit of airplay. It had more of a ragged R&B elements, whereas this tune was a little more layered with guitar, piano, big string section, and almost had this dream pop feel on some parts of it. And Ray's voice was a little toned down. It wasn't the album that I knew. It seems to be a song about trusting yourself and caring for yourself in times of trouble. Really I liked all three of these. And then Doc gave me Collective Soul's Who Loves. And in terms of Doc, I did get their self-titled debut album, The Blue One, which I really liked. But I didn't know this song. I saw someone call it post-grunge meets NXS muscle. I kind of like that, as it does have that NXS catchiness, but it has a little harder edge to it. The song is upbeat and has that clean guitar attack and fine harmonies. It actually really sounds like a classic rock song, but it just came out last year, I thought.
That's right.
So this was a tough one, but actually I think on this one, I'm going with the catchy Collective Soul song.
Oh, wow.
Right
But I
on.
like all three of them.
That's a good pick.
That's good. Nice. All right.
I didn't think you would take that because it was a little catchy and poppy, and it had that spoken word part in the middle. But I really liked it. I thought that would have been the one I've taken right away.
Wow. Hey,
Very
Rich,
cool.
your go now, buddy. What do you got, Rich?
All right. So Brian gave me Lord Huron, Nothing I Need. Doc came up with Barney Bentall and the Legendary Hearts, a song called Something to Live For. And Randy gave me Loudon Wainwright III, Gray in L.A.
Very good.
What do you think?
So, Randy, what do you think here? What direction?
Because the Loudon Wainwright song is a little different. But I think it was a singer-songwriter song, which Rich likes. And I'm a big Lord Huron fan too, so I'm going to actually pick the Lord Huron song, I think.
Doc, what do you think?
Yeah, I think if I was to be honest with myself, I think Brian and Randy, you gave Rich more of his wheelhouse thing, but I think I gave him something to think about, is what I would put it at. Because it's got more of a, I don't want to say it's got more of a Springsteen vibe, but at one point he was considered like the Canadian Springsteen when he came out. Barney Bentall did. So he's got that sound to him, I think, too. The tunes you guys both picked are in Rich's wheelhouse. But I got a feeling I'm going to go 2-0 here, so I'm going to stick with my tune.
All right. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I think your tune, Doc, kind of intrigued me, is that, now that I got a chance to, like, when I was listening to it when I was driving back from practice, it reminded me of Tom Petty a little bit. Just a little bit of that flavor, so I like that. But of the three, it was actually Randy's that was my favorite pick, I thought, because I remember Knocked Up soundtrack had a lot of Loudon Wainwright songs on it, and that was one of them. And I think Daughter was another one that was on that soundtrack as well by him that I thought was really good. I really do like my pick for Rich, but I think I'm gonna take the Loudon Wainwright song. So, but I'll leave it up to Rich. Rich, what do you got?
Well, the one I like the best is the Lord Huron song. I'll start out right away. I like the light, airy, folky kind of vibe with the little guitar, and it gets you right in. I like the simple lyric. I get everything I want and nothing that I need. I mean, that's a reverberating theme throughout the song, a little catchy vibe. That would be the one I would pick, although it was close. Loudon Wainwright's song, Gray in L.A., I like too. It's got a couple humorous lyrics in there. It's kind of a glass half empty kind of song. It's kind of a dour, not the usual take on sunny LA, the gray, the raining coming, watch the flooding. And I enjoyed it, so I can't say I didn't. And the same with the Doc song, Barney Bentall. I wrote down here, I probably would have liked it more in 1988 when it was released, because it fit that time. But right now, I don't know, maybe I'm played out with the Petty Springsteen
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say rip-offs, but sound-alikes. I didn't dislike it. I liked all three, but you guys now know what I like, and I think you hit on all little fractions of it. So I'm still taking Lord Huron. I'd never heard a song by them before, and that one stuck in my head a little bit. I like the Loudon song too, although I remember him from was it called Dead Skunk in the Middle of the Road, something like that. A song from the early '70s. But give me Lord Huron, first song I ever heard by them, and I did like it. And what was it from? No, that wasn't the soundtrack. That was different. Okay,
Right.
cool.
Okay, it's my go here. Let's see. I had from Randy, I had from the band Bonnie Light Horseman. It was actually a title track that has a song of the same name as their band. That's kind of interesting. And then Rich gave me a kind of a psychedelic pop rock song by Bubble Puppy called Hot Smoke and Sassafras. And then Doc gave me a solo project from Edwin, who was a former member of a band that I did know. I did know this band, I Mother Earth, because I did manage the radio station in the early '90s, and I had an album called Dig that was really popular on the charts. And I know they were very popular in Canada as well. So that's the three songs that I was given. So, Rich, what do you think I might pick?
I think the song that works best for your style of music. I'm not saying I would pick it, but I think Doc's is the best for you. The Edwin song. It's a little bit too long for me. It's 6 minutes, but it has a lot of the elements that you like. So I'm taking that one as my top pick.
Okay, Randy.
Mine was a little bit different, so I wasn't sure what you're going to think of it. So I'm thinking I might pick Riches because it does have a little bit of those delicate elements, and you like that 60s like music.
Okay, Doc.
Yeah, it's you're like Randy, man. You're a tough read, buddy. That's what I can tell. Because I think there's probably elements from each song that you probably like across the board. So I'm flipping a coin here. I want to say I'm going to go in my neighborhood here, but I don't know. You might pick it, you might not. But if you didn't pick mine, I think you might go to the Hot Smoke. So I'm going to go with Rich's pick for you, I think.
Okay. Well, basically, I want to talk about all three songs. I did like the fact that the Bonnie Light Horseman was based on like an Irish, traditional folk song about a lover. I think lover going away to war in the Napoleonic Wars, if I'm not mistaken. I did like the subject matter of that, and I thought it was very catchy for the type of song that it was. And you listen to this song and you would have not ever thought this song came out in 2020, which is when this album was released. It just did not have that feel to it, but I did like the instrumentation with it. I liked the overall feel of it. I added it to my playlist, for the 2020s because, I thought it was very good. Rich's tune. Yeah, it kind of hit that psychedelic wheelhouse, that I really like, especially from the 60s, because I'm a big kind of Moby Grape kind of guy, and I love the zombies, and so that's kind of right in my wheelhouse there. And I especially love the drum work in this song. I thought it was just very energetic, and it had that raw feel that I like, especially because I'm a big fan of Keith Moon. So that drums reminded me of that raw intensity that Keith Moon would bring to something. But ultimately, it was Doc's song that kind of spoke to me the most. There was something when I listened to the singer sing the chorus a few times, I'm sitting there going, this has got somebody's ripping off Collective Soul all over again. That's the first thing that came to my mind. It sounds like a song that Collective Soul would do, or at least cover, because it just had that same genuine feel to it. So yeah, I picked Edwin's Alive. I just thought that was right in my wheelhouse of the early '90s, of the type of music that I was listening to then, and still kind of hangs with me a little bit now. So Doc got it right. So
good one.
Right on.
All right, Doc, you're wrapping us up, buddy.
I'll wrap it up. So let's see. From Brian, I got from Kings of Leon, I got Closer. That was his choice for me. From Randy, he gave me Morningstar's Sunshine, Change of the Season. And from Rich, he gave me Rambunctious Boy from John Fogerty from 1997. So those were my three choices going in, boys.
Yeah. Rich, what do you think?
This is the toughest one for me because the one I gave him is the song I like the most. So I'm going to be. It's just rock and roll music with that Fogerty swamp rock thing going on. He really hasn't changed much from the Creedence sound.
Mhm.
I'm going to go with that because the other songs, to be frank, I was undecided on one, and the other one was just kind of out there with the alien background music. I just didn't vibe with either one, so I'm going to go with Fogerty just for the heck of it.
What do you think, Randy?
Well, I didn't know that was more of a regional hit here in the Midwest. They're actually a band from Kansas City. So I wasn't sure if Doc had ever heard this before, but I thought it was kind of the classic rock sounding song. And I know he likes Triumph, and I thought it had some elements like that. So I'm going to actually pick my song.
Okay. I think I'm gonna defend my song as well. I know that mine had this weird space rock kind of feel to it. But if anybody's ever heard Kings of Leon's Only by the Night album, it is like I think an underrated masterpiece overall with some of the tunes that are on there. And Closer is ironically Closer is not the closer, and it's actually the lead-off track for the album. But
Wow.
I just thought maybe this might hit Doc in a way that that was reminiscent of some of the early 2000s music. So I'll stick with it. Doc?
Nice.
You're all sticking to your guns. I respect that effort,
Yeah.
boys. That's good. Yeah, if I was just working way backwards then. So, Brian, you had the closer from the Kings of Leon. I like all three songs, by the way, right out of the gate. So I might as well just top it right there. And I think with everything that you do with music, there's going to be some sort of appeal at some level. You hope, at least. Or if it's a complete mess, it's a complete mess. But I think you guys got me down pretty good on one level or another, anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah, I do like that sound, Brian, and it's a vibes kind of tune, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like listen to it once, it's one thing. Listen to it twice, it's like listen to it the third time, it's like that's. And I find that with a lot of music, right? You give it 3 times a really good listen to find out how you really feel about something. It's a really cool tune, man. Really cool song. Had the same thing with Randy's. It's funny you say it, Randy. I wrote down Triumph on my notes here, so that's pretty funny. So
How about that?
it's it had the Yes Triumph, almost Rush-like sounds at some points in it and stuff like that. And yeah, that's particularly sometimes that can be right in my wheelhouse as well. And Rich knows me. I like that. I like that Fogerty CCR sound and stuff like that. Goes right back there. I'm a big fan, especially the early stuff, man. It's right in my wheelhouse. So they all have elements that I really like. When it comes out to the end, there, that Rush, Yes, Triumph sound is just too much for me to pass, man. So I'm going with Randy.
Nicely done, Randy.
There you go, Randy.
What a catchy, what a vibe, man. That's a great tune. Really good song, man. Really, I like them all, man. That song just was just the topper for me on this picks.
Excellent.
Very good.
All right. Nice job, Randy.
Excellent.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining me this evening. I mean, I love this song exchange. I don't care how many views it actually gets. I like doing these things, and I like
fun.
kind of getting the songs picked for me, and then hearing. I especially like hearing what others pick for other people.
Yeah.
And trying to come up with whether or not how you measured up against other
swinger and miss
picking. Yeah, it's kind of interesting, But some of them you get right out of the gate, and some of them you go, maybe. That's all you can do. So
right.
But remember to like, sub, and comment down below, everybody, and check out the other song exchanges. We always put a link to the playlist. So if you are interested in the songs at all, go check out those playlists and listen to those songs. And we highly encourage you to listen to all those artists. We always pick artists that we think will resonate, with a lot of different people and, come from a lot of different genres. I think it's amazing when you think that we've already done 3 of these and we have not even come close to picking the same artist for any.
Yeah.
We've gone completely different directions every time. And I think that speaks to the variety that all of us, the background that we all have with music. So anyway, that's all I got for you. See you next time, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.